Back in the days, yo, before I was saved, used to hang with a crew and rock a flat top fade. And at that time and place, I was far from grace. Misbehaving, I indulged in my sinful ways. Way before gospel lyrics and rhymes of redemption. I was so bad they should have put me in juvenile detention. Mama's only son acting wild and dumb, and my dad wasn't there when his child was born. You get the picture, a lost kid headed for trouble. More headaches, more work than mama can shuffle. More pain, more trials, I know how it's like. More crime, more prayer to guide us through the night. And even with the plan, sometimes it's hard to understand for a single mother who's trying to raise a man. Explain this to me, how is this supposed to be? How a prominent man rejects responsibility? Yo, it's very clear, it's not very hard to see. Like Tony Braxton, dad wasn't man enough for me. Whether poor dad or rich dad, you didn't do what you could, dad. What children want is just really to have a good dad. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, I made it through the good and the bad. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, yo, I made it through the good and the bad. Dear dad, when I was young I used to wonder where you at, where you are, near or far, and will you ever come back? Seeing other little kids playing ball at the park, or just hanging with the father, and it would break my heart. And when I had questions that mom couldn't answer, the thoughts would come like, Dad, why can't you be here for me like a real father could? Teach me things about manhood like a real father should, and see the blueprint of who I am with no debate, and compare you and mom and see where my traits originate. Cause without you in the picture, the issue is blurry. It took two people to make me, and I'm left with half of the story. There's hundreds of kids that relate to this. They wanna see their father, they on a waiting list, and the resume explains how their dad blew it. Next to the father's information, there's a question mark to it. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, I made it through the good and the bad. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, yo, I made it through the good and the bad. One day the time will come when I have children in my life, and as long as it depends on me, I promise to raise them right. I'll be wise, I'll make the sacrifice. I need wisdom and a wife that sold out for Christ. These modern days, the word family lost its mission, it lost its value, and even its true definition. People listen, you know it's real in the battlefield. What the deal? Grab the armor, don't forget the faith, chill, keep it real. Being a parent, it's an ultimate thrill. It's a full-time job with dedication and skill. Kids dumb come with instructions, yo, that's kinda ill. No direction, but instead, what you get is the bill. I heard, yo, never the same when you have children of your own. Sometimes it's rough, but guess what? You're not alone. Parenting is a change of life, studies have shown. It builds character, and by the way, you can try this at home. I refuse to be a bad dad, that's why I would rather do what I can to be a good father. There's no excuse, not one, none, zip, zero. Wanna be my children's friend, role model, and hero. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, I made it through the good and the bad. This is the letter to dad, to the father that I never had. Even though the story is sad, yo, I made it through the good and the bad.